Hey everybody, how you doing today? Hopefully your week has been well, and I want to give you a couple words of encouragement to help you push through and persevere throughout the remainder of the week and end it on a good note. And this is my Motivational Minute. I do have this YouTube channel. It is underneath my name, Aaron Lassiter, and I would like for you all to like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications, and comment on the post because I want to be able to influence everyone and allow us to reach our true levels in life. Now here's the quote. You learn more from failure than from success. Don't let it stop you. Failure builds character. So, this week I want to talk about what are you learning? So sometimes we learn from the successes, but we also learn from the failures. We learn from the lessons that we were taught in those obstacles that'll come up in our goals and in our lives. So sometimes when we want to try to reach that peak and that plateau, from time to time, we'll have some learning lessons, some learning times, times where we don't know exactly what the next step is, but that's how you develop it. That's how you turn things around. Again, nothing's made overnight. I know we live in this microwave society, and we think that what we see on social media and everything else like that is just instant success. It doesn't work that way. It's trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. And sometimes those trials you should take as learning tools. So you learn from your failures more than you learn from your success. It's not about it's about the end goal, but it's most importantly the journey that it takes for you to reach that final step. So if I have a goal saying that okay, I want to make I want to have $100,000 in my savings. So it's about the journey to get there, though. It's the path, and I know that I'll have obstacles in reaching that path. I know that it'll be some trials. I know that it'll be some challenges. I know that it'll be some things that'll happen in my life where I thought that I was going to be on one path, and then I have to divvy it up. I have to switch it around. I have to do some things in order for me to be great. And I understand that. If your goal is, weight loss, if your goal is, to buy a home, if your goal is to buy a car, if your goal is to have whatever it is, there are there's a trial error. There's errors that there's gonna be times where it's gonna be where you have to work on something and you have to make sure that the lessons that you learn propel you into the right path. Because it's not always going to go all straight. It's not going to go all perfect. Like my sister always says all the time, life be lifing. And when that happens, you have to understand that, okay, this is a lesson that I need to learn. So if this ever comes up again, I know what to do and what not to do. I shouldn't keep doing this because this is the issue. This is something that's going to hinder me from getting to where I want to get. So what you do is you learn from these things. Again, you learn from the failures and then you have the success. Sometimes if you just have nothing but success the entire way, you don't really learn how to deal with confrontation or anything else like that. Like in sports, right? You have these athletes. We just had these games. So you have these sports and you have these athletes, and when they have adversity, how do you overcome adversity? If you throw an interception, if you fumble the ball, if you miss a field goal, if you drop a pass, whatever it is, how do you overcome it in order for your team to win? You've had a lesson that you needed to learn. Maybe I need to catch with my hands and not my body. Maybe it needs to hit my chest and then I go like this. Maybe I need to adjust my hands a little bit. Maybe I need to wear a glove. Maybe I need to wear the right shoe. Maybe I need to angle the ball this way so that way I can kick the field goal upright. Whatever it is, even in basketball, when I have a turnover, if I have a turnover, what am I going to do? Okay, maybe my dribble on my left is not as good as my right. Maybe vice versa. Maybe my right is not as good as my left. Maybe I need to go behind the back instead of doing this. Maybe I need to understand that this person who's defending me is is a primetime defender, and I need to make sure that I'm taking the right footwork steps in order for me to get to bypass this. Again, it all depends upon what you need to do, right? Again, I'm going back to the $100,000. If I wanted $100,000 in savings, What do I need to do to get there? That means I need to come through with some sacrifice. That means that some obstacles are going to come, whether it be life, vehicles, whatever it is, right? Something's going to happen in your life where it's going to try to derail you from your clear path. And that's how you learn. You learn from some of the failures, or you learn from the lessons that come with the obstacles that come in your life. You learn how to withstand those things and then go around those things. So if something like that were to present itself one more time, you understand and you know that, okay, I know I've seen this before. I need to go this way. And then you figure it out. Oh, I need to go this way. And then I figure it out. So that's one thing I want you to do. I want you to learn, okay, these things happen in my life. How can I correct these mistakes? And how can I continue to move forward in my actions so that way I can reach my true success? Because again, you'll learn more from the obstacles or the failures in life than you will just straight success. Now, success is great. Don't get it twisted. But again, sometimes you won't learn the tools, or you won't be able to teach somebody else, or you won't be able to have a good journey story, because everybody has a story to tell. But if it's nothing but success, and when that failure finally reaches, or those lessons or those trials finally come, you may not know how to deal with that. And people who don't know how to deal with that, they break down mentally. Sometimes you got to be mentally tough in order for you to accomplish your goals. And what I'm trying to instill in you now is understand that when those trials happen, you don't make the same mistake twice and 3 times or 4 times or 5 times. You want to learn from those things. So if something presents itself that you've been around and that you've seen for a while, understand that, okay, maybe I need to do something differently in order for me to have a different result. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to continue on a downward slope, and then you have the snowball effect of negativity and failures. You want to be a success story. But how you become a success story is you go through trials, you go through tribulations, you go through obstacles, you go through these things, and you figure out, okay, this worked, this didn't. Let's try this. Let's work on this. Let's develop something else so that way this doesn't present itself again. And if it does, I know how to avoid this, so now that I can be better. Again, you make the right choices, you make the smart decisions, you'll be able to grow. And again, your journey, your story will be so much sweeter because you've learned from the mistakes that you've made in the past in order for you to be great. This right here is my motivational minute. And again, I would like for you all to like, share, and subscribe. And again, at the end of the day, you will learn more from the failures than you will a straight success path. So today, what is your journey going to start off as? We are in the middle of the month now. Let's move forward. Let's strive for greatness. Let's see how to avoid these obstacles. And when the obstacles come and they're unavoidable, how do we figure out a way to get around it and keep moving forward? You figure those things out in your life, and we'll continue to grow. I'll see you next week.